guys, welcome back to Art a la Carte. A while back I was opening some mail and one of you guys sent me this sketchbook. I'm even pretty sure it's homemade. It is so cute. It's really small. I think it has 16 pages. Well, I know it has 16 pages in it because I decided to try to do a sketchbook mini challenge. Now I know there's the sketchbook challenge where it's that huge ginormous sketchbook and you try to fill it up in 30 days. I'm not that ambitious, so I decided to take this mini sketchbook and try to fill it up in one setting, and even that proved to be too difficult. I actually had to break it up into two separate settings. But the fun thing is that all of the pictures that are in the sketchbook were somehow influenced or suggested by you guys. So I posted on my Instagram, need some ideas for a sketchbook, and these were some of the ideas that you had. Now, some of the ideas were posted a little bit simply, and then I embellished on them. So the first picture here is a moon or a star fairy. So this is that there. And I love the little metallic silver that I put in there. I thought that was kind of a fun little touch. The next piece was one of the ones I kind of took the idea and stretched a little bit. So the suggestion, which I got from several of you, was to draw penguins. So I thought, hey, if there is a penguin fairy, what does that look like? So I kind of designed what I felt a penguin fairy would look like. She kind of reminds me a lot of the Tooth Fairy from the Guardians movie. Guardians, Legends of the Guardians. Oh, what's the name of that movie? Let me know in the comments. I can't think of it. But anyway, yeah. The Penguin Fairy, who obviously has a distant cousin who is a Tooth Fairy. Moving on to page number 3. So this one was suggested a whole bunch of times, was to draw cats. So I decided to break away from the fairy theme because I didn't want to make this sketchbook like strictly one theme only, and I could feel it kind of going into a fairy theme. I wanted this to be a normal sketchbook, which for me, a normal sketchbook is just drawing and creating or working on what I'm practicing on, what I'm passionate about, and I really feel that this sketchbook encompasses this. So it has some things that I love to do, like fairies, and then some of the things like these cat faces that I'm just working on. For the fourth, I think it's the fourth picture, for the next picture, again, took the theme or suggestion and stretched it again back to fairies, but it was a lily pad. And though she's not really a fairy, more of like an elf or a brownie, just like a little fairy type creature. So what if like little people, like our version of leprechauns, I guess, lived in the ponds under our lily pads, and so I just drew them. Another awesome thing that I love about sketchbooks is that sometimes the pictures will hold inspiration for future characters, future art pieces that I want to do. So it's fun to kind of look back through my sketchbooks when I'm kind of struggling for ideas of things to do. So I think maybe the lily pad creature might reoccur later on in another picture. Who knows? So I wanted to get a picture for this next piece. I was looking for kind of a nutcracker picture, and I came across some photos of Lindsey Stirling, who is an amazing violinist, dancer, singer. I don't know if she's a singer, but she's an amazing YouTuber. If you haven't seen her, check her out on YouTube. So I did a quick sketch of her as she bounds around while playing the violin. So while drawing her dancing then made me think of other dances, which then took me back to my love of ballet. I think I always deep down inside wanted to be like a beautiful prima ballerina, but yeah, never got that. So instead I draw ballerinas. So there is my ballerina dancing. My niece Eva just got to go see the Nutcracker, so she was very excited about it, so I was kind of inspired by that. Moving on to the next piece, this one was fun. One of you guys challenged me to draw something that I'm not good at, that I don't practice a lot, that I really steer clear of. And for those of you who might have been watching my channel for a long time, you'll know that it's either architecture or cars or bridges. And cars and bridges just make me want to kind of vomit a little bit because I don't like drawing them. Not against anybody who likes to draw them. I just can't stand drawing them. because they're so technical. And if you don't have something right, you know it's going to be off. If you don't draw the bridge right, it's going to collapse. If you don't draw a car right, someone who knows cars will be like, there's actually 4 tires on the car and you only drew 3. I mean, minor details like that just throw it off. So I decided to draw this Victorian mansion, and it was so much fun. I loved doing this, and I think I'm going to be trying to do these more often because I just wanted to get into the inking and the painting with this piece. It was just so much fun. Again, another thing that Sketchbook should help you do. They should help you discover things that you normally wouldn't draw. You try it out in a sketchbook and you might find a new topic that you really might enjoy exploring more. For this next piece, I knew it was bound to happen. There is one piece in the sketchbook that I absolutely just fall in love with. And I try not to make in my sketchbooks finished pieces because, it's in a sketchbook, it's really hard to, usually the paper is not super awesome. And this is what happened. This is my favorite piece that I did. Again, going back to when I was finding the Lindsey Stirling picture, I was looking for kind of this nutcracker piece to kind of base a drawing off of, and came across some reference photos of the Rockettes. And so I took one of the poses kind of they had and then thought, what if I turned her in from like a Rockette into kind of a 1950s style to her and made her, I don't know, a band person. I don't know. It just turned out great. I loved it. It's a little soldier kind of action there. I love the colors. I love everything about it. I don't know. It's one of those things. I love the sketch. I don't know if I could ever recreate it better again on regular paper, which kind of makes my heart hurt a little bit. And it's the only reason that I hate drawing finished pieces in sketchbooks. So I really want the paper to hold up. And this was an okay sketchbook paper. It wasn't like super thick, but it was good drawing paper. After doing the kind of nutcracker soldier piece, I was still kind of in that mood. So I decided to kind of a baker of sweets. I'm getting ready to start cooking for Thanksgiving dinner. And of course, what's at the top of my list, but all the sweets and yummy things that you can possibly bake. So did kind of this 1950s, 1960s vibe diner. Played around with a lot of pastel colors. I like it. I think this is a good design, but the color scheme doesn't have a lot of contrast. It's a little too much pastel with her skin tone and her hair tone. I'd have to kind of play around with that a little bit more. But again, this is what I like to see, just ideas in my sketchbook that I can take and really embellish them. Moving on, I decided once again to kind of push myself to a style that I don't normally do. And I'm not sure how I like this piece. There were times I really liked it, like right about now I really, really liked it. It was kind of ghost-like. But I wanted to create this kind of mysterious face with really like intense eyes, just surrounded in black, and then have this hair kind of flowing in front of her face. I like the idea. Don't know if I like the face shape. Her eyes turned out exactly the way I wanted them. So again, play around with that. But that was a bit more of an intense piece for me. So I decided next just to go back to something fun. And it always seems if I get stressed out about art, I love to go back to whatever is cute and fluffy. So I did these cute little Japanese dango. Anyway, they're little rice treats. They're cute. They got cute faces. Moving on, I decided I probably should get a few studies in. So the next couple of pieces, I believe, are studies. So this one is of braids. And braids is something like, if I practice it a lot, I remember how to do it. But when I stop practicing, then I forget how to draw a braid. So it's been a while since I drew a braid. And you can definitely tell from some of these pictures, it's just this rhythm you have to get into drawing braids. So it was a good practice. Moving on, decided to practice facial expressions. I was going to draw a female character, and I thought I should really try to practice my male facial expressions. So I have a character who is a young boy. Some of you kind of might remember him from last year. So I thought I will try to draw his face up a little bit more and just really push my expression. So I got my kind of squash and stretch. Not overly excited about this page, but it is all about practicing. funny thing about my videos is it seems some of the more popular videos in my almost 800 videos. Did you know I have almost 800 videos on this channel? That is just mind-boggling. Like, in the next couple of videos will be my 800 video. But how to draw My Little Pony base has always been like in the top 10 most popular and highest watched videos of all time. So decided to, without really looking at a ton of, I looked at a little bit of reference photos, but just tried to create my own design, which was kind of fun. So now finally we're moving on to the last page of the sketchbook. And you always hope the last page will be like your grand finale. It will be the amazing piece. This piece scared me so bad. I wanted to draw Elsa in the new upcoming Frozen short before Coco, where she has her new costume, and decided to stick with kind of a facial expression. And man, that was hard to get. She did not want to come out on that page. So I pushed and struggled. I don't know that I like it, but again, you can't guarantee things with sketchbooks. This sketchbook mini challenge was really fun. Here's a couple lists of the different art supplies that I used to show you. If you'd like to find out more information about the art supplies that I used, I'll leave a list of those in the description box of this video, so you can check them out if you want to see where I purchased them or more information about them. If you're brand new to my channel and enjoy this type of video, make sure to give it a huge thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video. Well, thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and until next time, God bless you guys, and we'll see you in another art video. Bye-bye!